Hi everybody, it's Anne here from Anne Bird Coaching, and today I'm coming in to talk to you all about emotional burnout. Now, I'm sure most people are aware of what burnout means, and I know that it's particularly quite a hot topic at the minute. And so often it's associated more with, I would say, the workplace, and obviously, I think it's definitely is an issue at work. But I also think that the term is particularly relevant to women, and this concept of emotional burnout, which is, I guess, more about feeling like sort of mentally exhausted and drained, as well as physically and emotionally. And so I wanted to kind of like share how I think that so many women are struggling with this concept, and it's something that I've been doing a lot of work on recently, and I've been working with women about. So I just wanted to say that there was a recent study in 2018 from the Mental Health Foundation that actually said that 74% of people feel stressed and overwhelmed and that they can't cope. And to me, that is a scary amount. And I think, particularly women are more prone to the result of emotional burnout, mainly because it's almost like the dark side of multitasking. And as you know, women, we are meant to be really good at multitasking, but it's almost like become this kind of badge of honor. And actually, it in itself can be really concerning, because not focusing on one thing and feeling like you're having to juggle so many different areas of your life, and particularly women have this, I think, because now so much more of the population are working. So you're trying to manage the family, the home, the career, and also look after yourself, and it's really tough and really difficult. So what I wanted to also say was that there has been an official, the World Health Organization have officially stated that burnout is a particular disease. And although some people will say, well, it's more of a kind of a syndrome, or, but actually it shows how seriously the whole world and the whole kind of health professionals are actually taking this. So I wanted to speak to you about how we're going to know whether or not you're struggling from burnout. And I think there are 5 ways that I can talk to you about that really would give you an indicator of whether or not you are on the brink of burnout. And emotional burnout, really, I suppose, is what we're talking mainly about. So number 1 is that you have low energy. And very often this is connected to, well, often it can start like this. So it can start with really poor sleep. And I know myself, when I was reaching that point about 7 years ago in my life, when I had quite a serious sort of breakdown, it started with me just not being able to sleep. And that had been something that I'd never had a problem with before. And so I think what happens is then that when we get in that cycle, that if we're not getting the same sleep, then we're just like, we keep going, but we're just getting more and more and more drained. Number 2 is lack of motivation. And I think that can come out in a way where you're just, you don't really care anymore about anything. You seem to have maybe lost your passion, your drive, and the love of even doing things that you're enjoying. Maybe they're just not the same anymore, and that you feel stuck. And again, that you're in this sort of place of just can't get going, because you could feel yourself going down into some sort of negative spiral, and this is often when it can lead to issues such as anxiety and depression as well. Number 3 is that you are particularly short-tempered. Now, again, we all go through phases in our lives when we may be dealing with a lot of difficult things all at once. We might have lots of problems at work, or we've got problems in our personal lives. And maybe for a short time, you know, we know we're under pressure and we're under stress, and so we kind of react badly, and we end up snapping at everybody, and often the people that we love the most. But actually, if you put this together with all the other things, it's another indicator that there is probably something more seriously wrong, and that it's something that becomes a pattern in your life. Number 4 is lack of self-belief. Now, as women, it's something that we already struggle with, and I suppose, again, you know, anybody that could be quite confident and coping with life generally, when we have extra problems which feel like they just kind of fall on top of us, and time again we get crushed by things, that is when we feel even lower, and we struggle to really think that we're worth much at all. And that often we can't make decisions, and we're in that procrastination mode, and we start having fear. We're fearing everything. We're fearing that we're going to get it wrong, that we're going to fail, and what is everybody going to think of us. So again, when you're at that brink of burnout, it tends to be that these things are more and more heightened. And then the last one is not taking care of yourself. And so this is often the thing that goes to the bottom of the to-do list for women anyway. And I think that, you know, when you notice that you're really doing very little for yourself at all, you're again sort of feeling like you're juggling and managing everybody else's needs and everybody else's demands, and you find it hard to kind of maybe put down boundaries and say, I'm actually going to take some time for myself today, or I'm going to plan that in my diary. Again, it tends to show that you're almost losing that ability to manage your time, and this is when overwhelm starts to really sink in. So I hope that's helped to give you some ideas of sort of if you think that you're struggling with burnout. And I have a free little checklist guide all about 3 hacks to help you to let go of burnout and exhaustion and re-energize. And so the link below, there'll be a link below that you can click on to download that, and that should give you some help and guidance. And of course, if you need any more advice, please contact me. So I look forward to speaking to you again, when we'll talk more about this subject and look at how what can we actually do to help ourselves if we're feeling like this. Okay, take care. Bye.